Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel and thank you again for allowing me to be part of your day. Guys, somebody said, you look paranoid. You look like you're guilty. AF! I am not. There's just a lot of windows here, and so the reflections when something happens, I'm looking, because I see it. Anyway, so this is what I got to do. So I wanted to talk to you guys because I thought this, and then somebody else said this, and then today somebody else I saw in the comments said the same thing, and I was like, all right, let's break it down. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Charles Manson, what do they have in common? They both mastermind an unaliving. Both with knives that we know of, right? What they don't have in common is one did life and the other one got out in 8 years and is still meant to do damage in her life. Even if it's not unaliving, it is still damage when you discard people like they're garbage after you use them for commissary, or after you use them to make book deals and other deals, after you use them for taking care of you and running a grift with you, after you use them for the manipulation of unaliving a person. I mean, I got news for you. I don't even think Charles Manson did that. I think he stayed loyal to his family. Gypsy Rose. Guys, you might say to me, and some of you have said when I originally wrote this about a month ago, you were like, whoa, Toddy, that's a little hard-handed. No. The crime was manipulation, which caused an unaliving, which we know Gypsy did participate, more than participate. She masterminded the whole thing because she needed to get away from a situation that she couldn't just walk away from. Now, yesterday I did a video, I told you about a 12-year-old boy that walked away from, right? I told you about 3 women that lived in, I think it was it Michigan? Was it California? I mean, there are people that walk away from these situations or run away from these situations as long as there's not a GUN in their face. What Gypsy did was, to me, no different than what Charles did. We're talking Manson. I mean, it was no different than what he did. And if you want to say, well, she was abused and she was according to Charles Manson, so was he. And we're only going by what Gypsy says. We're not really going by even what Dee Dee says anymore, because if the chromosome disorder is there, now, Fancy Maselli, Good Wives Network, has paperwork, documentation saying that there's a chromosome disorder. I don't know if there's a chromosome disorder or not. I mean, it says it in there, but it also says that there's different birth dates on her. There's things in there that I don't think she actually had done that they're getting money for. So I don't know about the medical records, but I do know that a lot of people, they walk away from much worse situations, and Gypsy could have walked away because she had before. And she did run away before, right? And we know this because she's admitted to it, and because there's proof of that. And she was over a certain age, and she knew that too because she admitted to that. So she just wanted to make herself a victim again, which is already what I said. But I really don't see that big of a difference between life and 8 years for the same damn crime. Now, I understand that in the Charles Manson situation, he had several people, but honestly, I think it's a matter of time before Gypsy would have that, and she didn't need several people. She got one person to do it. It only needed one person for that to happen to, and only one person to do away with it. And as far as we know, she got that with Nick. But some of us are wondering, could Nick have unalived an unalived person? Like, because there's a lot of weird stuff at the crime scene. And again, what pisses me off is that the cops give the perpetrators people to roll on ideas for their conspiracy theories and all their bullshit. Like, we watched, and again, Gypsy Rose was so slow in the interrogation, but the cop was trying to tell her that Nick had threatened her to unalive her mom, but she didn't catch on to that. She didn't catch on to that. Had she have jumped on that, maybe they wouldn't have looked any further to look at cell phones and stuff. Because they didn't look any further than that, it seems like. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot more to it than that as far as what was actually the plan there. I don't know if we'll ever know. But what I do know is it wasn't just to get away, because she could have gotten away. As we know, she had working legs. She knew that. She was over 18. She knew that. She didn't have to do what she did, except that was what she wanted to do. So again, what's the difference between her and Charlie Boy? Why is she a celebrity and has this platform to show us how she's going to live her life? And look at the train wreck that it is. And Charlie was in prison for life. Now, granted and fine, I think Charlie should have been. But I don't think Gypsy Rose should be out. You don't think she's dangerous? You think she plays well with others? I don't think she plays well with others. Ask Ryan. Now, listen, I understand a heartbreak is a heartbreak is a heartbreak, you know, and we should get over that. But when it becomes the default of somebody to just go through people's lives like a bull in a china shop, I mean, are we supposed to celebrate it? Make movies about somebody being dishonest with somebody to get with somebody else after they use somebody else? Is that what we're going to watch on this summer thing, this A&E summer shit show? Is that what's going to be served up? How we could behave poorly? What do you think this says to younger people? This is what you got to do. Put yourself in the victim chair. Doesn't matter what happened before. You could change the whole narrative of history there. Because that's exactly what has happened here with Dee Dee. Because she can't speak for herself. And I can't believe everything that Gypsy said. But more than that, I can't believe how there's people doing time for orchestrating the same thing that Gypsy orchestrated. And they're spending double digits in prison. Gypsy got out in 8 years, and she's got talk shows, books, movies, and documentaries. All because she said she had Munchausen by proxy. Because that was her alibi. It's an alibi. Doesn't make it true. What do you think, guys? Alright, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please check to make sure that you're subscribed. I really appreciate that. Onwards and upwards. Guys, see you next time. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. And always, always, always be yourself.